content over everything.
My intention wasn't to cause any harm, and I see that you're harmed and you're irritated by this. Okay,
I'm not harmed, but I'm not happy with it.
All right, but let me continue speaking. Okay, now me doing something that was very humorous at the time, yeah, wasn't to be offensive. My actions, I don't do anything. I don't speak out my mouth here to be offensive to people like that. I don't do that. Now, me actually saying those things, it was humor to say that I don't agree with this anyway. I don't agree with a physical manifestation of Allah.
No, you're not Muslim.
Stop, stop,
no, I'm not going to let you carry on. Because don't go off subjects. You're not a Muslim, say you agree or don't agree. Leave this aside. Leave this side.
Listen, yeah. It's like the other day. Yeah,
leave this side.
The other day on Black Dunya.
Just deal with the point. The point that you mock Allah, say sorry before I start talking to you.
Let me talk to you.
And just you want to clarify?
Let me talk to you.
No, listen, Kalam, I'm not here to waste my time.
Let me talk to you because
I will let you talk to me.
I gave you a whole 5 minutes here. No,
because I said that clearly, that I'm not here to speak to you until you apologize what you did about trying to mock Allah and His Prophet.
I'm trying to clarify. I'm trying to clarify.
Okay, clarify.
Allow me to clarify, and then if you think you need an apology, we'll discuss that afterwards, okay? So anyways, yeah. Okay, I was watching something on Black Dunya, where you have another one of your Salafi brothers, yeah? We're asking the question.
Name.
I'm not going to name them.
I don't, if it's not Anwar, I will say openly. I'm not talking. There's no one that I can vouch for to be a Salafi in this place from the du'a that speak proper Salafi except Anwar.
Okay.
Anyone doesn't like it, there's many trees. Hit you all with it.
Excellent. Okay.
I'm saying
and there was a debate with a Christian.
You know what I mean?
There was a debate with a Christian.
Of course. So I'm going to say what I know. Because if I ask you, I want to fix my car, where are you going to take me to? The one that you know. Yeah. And that's what I say.
Okay. Yes. So there was a debate with a Christian, okay? And they were asking the Christian, can God have a son? Yes, God can have a son. Of course, Jesus is the son of God, right? So can Jesus have a son? And if he has a son, you're laughing, right?
Now? Where are you going?
Bear with me. I'm actually trying to get somewhere.
Listen,
you're interrupting me again.
Because
you interrupted me again.
I have to have a class 6 for...
I'll go in a minute as well.
Okay, go on.
So,
go to the point.
So they were making a humorous statement, to show the ridiculousness, of what the Christian was saying. Because if you're saying that God can have a son, i.e. Jesus, and Jesus can have a son, i.e. a child, therefore it will be the grandson of God. So can God have a grandson? It was a very ridiculous statement, and it was based upon humor. Now, should the Christian say, you know what, I'm an enemy of you because you made that statement? No.
They are enemies, because in the Bible teach you, anyone, let me clarify something. If he's really full of the Bible, he will be his enemy.
Okay, so anyways,
That is in the Bible, and I will show it in the letters of John.
So what it was a ridiculous statement that was being made by the Christian, and he was utilizing humor to show the Christian that it was ridiculous. Now, it was the same thing that I was utilizing in my own debate, to show how ridiculous the statement was, and the understanding and the belief of it.
It's not.
That's what it was.
Let me ask you.
Stop. Hold on. It wasn't me mocking. I don't do mocking.
Kalam,
I was utilizing humor.
Kalam, did I WhatsApp you privately? Kalam, did I WhatsApp you? Kalam, did I not WhatsApp you privately once? And you were talking about Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and you started saying he was a naughty boy.
I don't know if I said naughty.
Remember, I WhatsApped you, and I said, you know what?
Something naughty. Yes.
Yeah. I said, listen, that's just about Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam like that.
Yes, and you did it in private.
Private. So
now
I'm saying,
you put it into public.
Yeah, but now the reason I put it into, you do mock. You understand? And you said to me, I made excuse for you that time. You know why? Because I said, I can see clearly, that you were so tired, and you told me, yes, you're so tired. You were talking nonsense. You see clearly. You said you agreed with it. You see what I'm saying? So my point here is, look, Ikhwan, let me ask you. Imagine I said to you, Allah is a joker. Am I mocking Allah or saying something good about Allah? Clearly mocking Allah, especially if I put fit, I'm Allah blood, and you remove it. Yes, blood, I'm not. What's this all about? Abadan, nakhi. You know what I do? Take it back, then, as I said, me and you had good relationship, we talk and everything, you know what I mean? But as for being my friends and you mock Allah's messenger, I'm not going to be with friends with no one that mock Allah and His messenger. You like it or you don't like it, I don't care. There's many wars in London, you can hit your head with this. That's what I was saying. However, let me clarify that I don't encourage any violence. Rather, there was one guy from the cabinet people, and he was there. He tried to attack me. Right there. He tried to attack me. I'm not going to say every cabinet people try to attack me. These people, I'm not going to play this game. You know what I mean? I'm not going to do this game. A Muslim always try to attack physically. I will try to, someone should attack me physically. I'm not going to do that. You understand? But what I'm saying, Kalam, you mock, as I've mentioned, I'm not going to say someone come attack Kalam. And Kalam, do you remember when the thing happened there, when Sarah came, what Aliyah did? They did not stop it. when you tried to fight with the other brother.
Yes.
I stopped it. So I'm saying, I said, you know what, you can't try to attack him, he's not doing nothing.
Yeah.
And you know that already. So I'm saying, Kalam,
Yeah, we have a good relationship. We
Yes,
have a good relationship.
Kalam, you clearly, and I'm not a friend with someone mock Allah and his messenger.
So again,
and you say, sorry,
again.
No, Kalam, I know you like to talk about 5 hours. I know you don't.
No, I've got to go in the next 10
So
minutes.
I made my point. Thank you. You
So-
saying it's not? That's the opinion.
So
my
I'm
opinion
saying to you,
is.
I'm saying
That's
to you,
it.
yeah, I'm saying to you,
That's-
yeah,
you'll
you
apologize.
you're sensitive to this topic, okay? And I'm saying to you that I never openly mocked anything. Number one, okay? Never my intention to mock anything. I was utilizing humor, and unfortunately, you yourself cannot see the humorous nature of the conversation, okay? And I think you took it a bit too far in order to do something to call me an enemy of Islam. And I say to you, yeah, what does an enemy of Islam mean in a Sharia state? And that is a very serious statement, because that could possibly lead, yeah, to what we did see with the other guy, Ahmed Ali, yeah, trying to say, right, you know what, we know what it is on the Sharia, but if you want to do Sharia in this country, leave this country. So we know that statement implies, yeah, that something should happen to me physically, right?
No, it doesn't.
No. That statement does imply that.
If you allow, I might speak.
Wait, let me finish. If I was in a Sharia governed state, yeah, and I mocked Allah openly, yeah, or I mocked the Prophet openly, yeah, I have read what will take place to me.
No,
Please tell me what would happen to me. Tell me.
Okay, in Islamic law, no one should tell us what to do in our countries. Like you're not happy for us to tell you what to do in your countries. Let's clarify that, because we see people think I'm going off point. I'm not going. I'm going to clarify it. What the Western do, and the so-called followers of the Western or the Europeans, they like to impose their way on us. In Islamic Sharia, yes. If you mock Allah, if you want to live in our country, this is the rules. Don't mock Allah openly and His Messenger openly. Otherwise, either you have to leave the country, or in Islam, or you'll be killed. That's it. Likewise, in this country, there is the rules you have to follow. No one the Algerians don't get involved and say, listen, why you try to impose this law? You know what I mean? Likewise, don't try to impose your law on us. You have nothing to use as a criteria to say what we're doing is wrong.
Okay.
Rather, just what? The supremacy in your head.
So awesome.
Anyway, my point here is, look, are you going to say sorry or not?
Okay.
No, yes or no?
Can I
Kalam,
finish?
please.
Can I
No.
finish? Can I
Okay,
finish?
yes or no?
Okay.
Thank you.
So number one, I said to you, yeah, what I stated.
Kalam, are you going to say sorry? Yes.
Okay,
Yes or
listen.
No, yes or no?
Listen to what I'm saying to you.
Okay.
If what I said, yeah, was wrong or thoughtful, yeah, I would apologize. But what I stated was not wrong and thoughtful. But at the same time, yeah, you are offended by it. Okay, and as you
Are you Muslim? Are you offended or not? You're offended. Are you offended for someone to mock Allah like that? Ikhwa, are you offended? Someone mocking Allah's messenger to me. Everyone's offended. Wallah, everyone, Kalam. Everyone's
I don't think
offended.
everybody is offended.
Ah.
Okay, because I've seen
No,
the
no,
most...
no, the
Hold on,
non-Muslims, the
hold on.
Muslims.
Hold on.
I would tell no one.
Listen,
Sorry.
listen,
I would
I've
not
seen
say.
the most offensive language coming out of Muslims' mouth.
Too wrong doesn't make one right. Anyway,
Listen,
too wrong doesn't make one right. Doesn't gonna help you.
Christians and so forth, yeah.
Okay,
My words
too
was
wrong
not
doesn't make one right.
offensive. My words were
No,
not
it was.
offensive.
It was mocking Allah and His messenger.
It was not
listen,
mocking
I'm
nobody.
not
offended him. You apologize for
It
offending
offended. That's what I'm saying to you. For your sensitivity, I would apologize to you, yeah, based upon that. But to say apologize based upon my words, hell no. I ain't apologizing for that.
That's it. Take a look at yourself. That's what I'm gonna say. So, hell no, you want me to be your friend then? That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna be. Don't expect me to be your friend or Shamsi. Come we talk. I'm not gonna do that. You see. So.
But did you agree with what he said?
No.
How you mocked Allah?
I didn't mock Allah.
So he's saying you don't
He
mock Allah.
perceived it.
Ikhwa,
That
I'm
way.
saying if someone listen.
He perceived it that way.
Look,
That's down to somebody
you can watch the
who's being so
video.
sensitive.
He's putting a fit saying this Allah, this me, Allah, blood, Allah. No, blood, I'm not Allah, and everyone's laughing. I'm asking you, Muslims, is it mockery or not? So, clear cut mockery. If a Muslim tell about a Jesus or Yahweh is wearing a fit like this, he say, yeah, I'm Yahweh. I would say that is a mockery and it's battle. Okay, simple. Look at yourself.
By saying, yeah, by Muslims saying that, by Muslims saying,
I made my point. No one said I'm running away.
that God can have a
my
grandson.
point was him.
Isn't
Just say
that
sorry. If you
offensive
say
then?
sorry, that's it. There's no point for me to
Yes.
carry on.
There's so
Look
many
up,
things that you Muslims say that are offensive. Shamsi, you walking away? Alright, cool. Let me carry on. I'll do my own propaganda right now. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna do what you do. Okay. So now Shamsi said on camera that I'm an enemy to Islam. What that means in a Sharia governed state is that I should either be kicked out of the country, which never happens. What it means here is that person should be killed. And what happened the following week, we had that crazy individual, yeah, called Ahmed Ali. He said exactly the same thing, that you have mocked the Prophet, or whatever the case is, you mocked the Prophet. Guess what? If you're a Muslim, you don't know what it means to be under Sharia law. But I'm not saying them veiled threats there. I'm not saying that you should do something to Kalam, but if you intend to do something to Kalam, basically leave the country. I'm paraphrasing him. I'm not saying it word for word. So I'm saying to Shamsi, yeah, listen, what you stated on air, on YouTube, for the whole world to see, yeah, has a very serious implication. That's a very serious implication on my life. Because you can have a very lay, ignorant Muslim, yeah, that will say, you know what, Kalam, you mocked the Prophet, yeah, you mocked Allah, yeah, and they will try to do you something. I know Islamic literature enough, yeah, to know how these people think.
Individual, bro.
No, I know how these people think, number one. And all it takes here is somebody who is ignorant, number one, and something that's not right with them, number two, for them to come to me to try to do something to me. That is a very serious statement to say that you are an enemy of Islam.
Okay, that's
And I don't even know what authority Shamsi has, yeah, to say that I'm an enemy of Islam. Does he have the authority and the power over the whole of Islam to call me an enemy of Islam? What that means, if I'm an enemy of Islam, therefore I'm an enemy of Muslims. And what it means to be an enemy, yeah, is for you to treat them harshly. Is to treat them harshly. It's literally to kill them. It's literally to do all different types of things to them. And hold on. Of course not in the UK.
Yeah, this is not Saudi Arabia.
Stop. This is not in the UK. But if it was in an Arabian country or in a country governed by Sharia, this would happen. There's other individuals here that believe Sharia law, yeah, is above the UK law. You'll ask 10 Muslims here, yeah, whether they agree with that, and I swear to you, a lot of the Muslims will say yes to that. Okay? And if they're thinking that way, yeah, and they said, you know what? How are we going to allow Kalam to be, saying these things? How are we going to do that? The same thing that happened to Sarah, yeah? There's a threat on his life. Because certain Muslims were thinking, how are we going to allow it? I can't allow it. I can't be on the camera where he's insulting the Prophet. And what's going to happen next? It takes one stupid Muslim, yeah? I'm not calling Muslims stupid. I know someone goes, look, Kalam called Muslims. No, one stupid Muslim to do something that is reckless towards my life. So I'm saying to him, that is something that's very serious and has very serious implications. And really and truly, he should be giving me an apology rather than me giving an apology. Over what? Come on.
But why do you
want to say something?
Why do you mock Allah? No?
That's the problem. Certain Muslims are very sensitive and they believe it's me mocking. They believe it's me mocking.
So that wasn't your
But we
intention.
all agree, though.
No, my intention was humor. There's a difference between humor and mocking.
So,
you dig what I'm saying?
Do you believe in God? Do you believe in God?
Things that you were saying, bro, you said that you found them offensive and it was mocking, and it was
Like what?
Say for example when he was like, oh, with Ra, what he said about Ra, and he was like, oh, who is Ra? You don't even know Ra. He was like, oh, see, if I was to say, or when he said Kemet is bullshit.
Yeah, that is using derogatory words towards a particular system. If I said if I said about that Islam is bullshit or something like that, yeah, then that is me being offensive. That's me being offensive. It's not mocking yet, but it's me being offensive towards that. It's me denigrating a religion, and I don't do them things.
And what's the exact words that you used when you took off your hat and you put in your hat?
The exact words?
Yeah.
I'm Allah G, I'm Allah.
So you don't find that offensive. You don't find that you don't find that derogatory.
No, it's not derogatory.
You as a human saying that you're a god.
No. What was being done here was a role play.
And he can say
Do you understand the role play?
Yeah, I know.
A role play is not something that's mocking. It's a role play. It's giving an example. I'm utilizing an analogy, but instead of utilizing an analogy with my words, I'm utilizing an analogy with my physical body.
But there was a comment that was made before that, no? Before you said I am Allah, I'm Allah. Before you made that example.
The comment was, all it was circulating around here is that certain Muslims believe, I'm not saying every Muslims believe this, yeah, but I draw the hadith that they believe that they will see Allah in physical form. All right, so there's some Muslims that believe Allah is in physical form. I was poking fun at that concept. You dig what I'm saying? Me personally, I do not believe that Allah is in physical form. God is not a physical human being. God is not something that's corporal. God is something that is immaterial. So I'm poking fun at the statement. Same as when my Shia brothers came in here and they're saying like, "Rah, you Muslims," talking to certain Salafi Muslims, "you lot believe that Allah has fingers. Has fingers." He's utilizing his hand as an analogy and poking fun at what they believe. Rather, he believes in Allah. Just wait.
There's a difference. Stop. Oh look, I'm Allah. Look,
he believes. Listen. He believes. He believes.
And
listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. He believes in Allah. Yeah, the same way that you Muslims believe in Allah. Yeah, they make videos telling you that, "Rah, you lot believe that Allah's literal foot is in hell." This is what they're saying on their channel. All right. Now they're poking fun at the concepts that Muslims are holding. They're not poking fun at Allah. They're not poking fun at Allah itself.
Yeah.
They're poking fun at the concepts that these Muslims are holding.
Yeah.
That is the difference. I'm poking fun at the concepts that these Muslims are holding, rather than poking fun at Allah itself.
Yeah. Okay. I can see where you're coming from, bro. But I feel like what you failed to touch on, bro. That you said that it's a role play. It's not. I'll say it's more you're trying to impersonate rather than role play, bro. Because the term that you use, the very words that you use, you're trying to impersonate God. Does that make sense? So that you can't use that as an example, saying that them not saying that they're foot in hell, because they never claimed, they never used any sort of term, they never used any sort of words that would indicate that they are trying to be God, bro. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Okay, again, I wasn't trying to say that I am God.
No, but you said
I'm trying to
role
role
play.
play.
Yeah, I know.
It's
And
to
that's
show
why
you
people will find it
something
offensive.
as an
That's what I'm
analogy.
saying. And that's why Muslims will find that offensive.
Okay, that's down to Muslims. That's again.
I know, and
That's down to.
and those are the people you're offending. And,
Yeah,
and
that's
you
down
said,
to-
that's why I said you should. That's why he said you should apologize.
All right, that's down to their sensitivities. Yeah,
But it's
that's
not.
got nothing down. That's got nothing to do with me. Because that's nothing that is offensive.
brother.
Now, listen. This is what I'm saying to you. It's-
What I don't understand,
know-
yeah,
how
that's
would you know
what I don't
what's
understand.
offensive?
Raven,
Sorry.
can you come forward?
How would you know what's offensive?
No,
Because
cool.
everyone's
No,
telling
okay,
you
cool.
it's
Watch this. No.
offensive.
Okay, cool. So then when Omar last week, when he called you, when he was saying baboon,
Yeah.
and he asked, and you got angry about that, yeah?
I didn't get angry.
You did. You
I
got
got
upset
angry,
about
bro.
it.
I don't get angry. I do things to demonstrate something.
Sammy, okay, cool.
To demonstrate. I don't
Okay,
get
cool.
angry.
And then his reason why he said that, he said because in the conversation that you had with him, you said that you worship something to do with worshipping baboons. So he wasn't calling you a baboon. He's calling you.
No.
He's making a ridicule
No,
of
he
what you
has
said,
called me a
yeah?
baboon.
So then,
He
and you
has
found that
called-
sensitive. So
Listen,
what?
he has
Should
called
he?
me
Should he have to apologize? When we said, oh, that's wrong. That's outright wrong what he said.
Yep.
Yeah. You didn't have a problem with that.
Okay,
Yeah?
so
but then now you're saying, brother, yeah. What you're essentially saying is, yeah, that's down to your sensitivity.
Okay.
That's nothing wrong on his part. That's down to your sensitivity.
Listen to me now, yep. Okay, he's literally calling me a baboon. He's literally calling me a monkey. He's done this on several different occasions.
And
I
you
know-
literally said, I'm Allah.
Okay.
Look, I'm Allah. Look, I took it off. Put my hat. I took it off.
Calm down for a hot second, okay? He's done this on several occasions, okay? Calling me a monkey, calling me a baboon, calling me a black shit, calling me a black kafir. All of these different types of names, okay? So then when Adnan came, oh no, I'm not saying that you're a baboon. He's calling you a baboon, yeah, but I'm not saying you're a baboon. I'm saying it because you worship a baboon.
Okay.
No, stop. Nowhere have we ever said, yeah, no Kemet has ever come to this part to say we worship baboons. We don't do them things there.
Okay, cool.
But then he's still trying to do these things, okay? So he's not even mocking me, yeah? He's actually trying to slander me. That's the right term. He's slandering me. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, obviously,
And
we
it's not
disagree
being-
with
and-
Muslims. I'm
and
just
it's not
saying
me
you have to be
being
a bit more
sensitive.
consistent.
It's not me being
You have to be more-
sensitive.
To be honest, bro,
It's not
I
me
didn't
being
know about this.
sensitive
Do you know that?
by him
I
saying
didn't know
these
about this
things.
because I thought I did hold you in higher esteem. I didn't think that. That's why I said just apologize, bro. Do you understand? But you're saying you won't apologize for those words because you don't feel like you was being mocking. But if everyone here is Muslim saying that they found that offensive, and you're saying, well, that's on their part for them being too insensitive, that means that all of these other jokes here that people make, racial comments that people make here, they can turn around and just say, oh look, boom. Yeah, well, that's you, man, just being sensitive. That's nothing to do with me.
No.
Because I just said it in jest. You know what I'm saying?
There's
Of course it's the same.
There's something
Is it
wrong.
not the same? Of
There's
course it's the
something
same,
which
bro.
is wrong and there's
Especially if you
something
fear
which
the
is right.
consequences of these delinquent Muslims doing whatever you were saying to you.
Uh-huh.
Especially out of that, you should say, you should not want to perpetuate this.
Well, no, I
ignorance.
don't think. I don't think
Hell
that's
no.
why someone should apologise out of fear.
No, not out of fear, bro.
No,
Not
no,
out of
I'm
fear.
just saying,
No, that's what I
he's-
said to him.
he's
Because
the
he
one.
said,
See
I'll
what you
apologise to
want.
Shamsi
See,
if it offended
yeah.
him, but I'm not
Yeah.
apologising for my comments because I'm not mocking.
Let me show you something. Yeah. If I believe I've done something wrong, I've got no ego yet to say.
That's what I mean.
Boy, I hold my hand up.
Callum, I'm
wrong.
saying
Sorry.
there's no ego
Okay,
here.
cool. So
then-
no, okay, cool.
But listen,
Okay,
listen,
Callum,
listen,
Callum.
listen,
Okay, wait.
listen.
So then, do you think offending several Muslims is wrong?
Do I believe?
So making a comment, whether you think that comment in itself is not mockery,
Yeah.
but it did offend several Muslims, do you think that's wrong?
No. I think that it's the Muslims that are sensitive that caused it to be
Callum,
wrong.
I wouldn't
But it's
say
just
that about
a
your beliefs,
circular
Callum.
argument,
No,
bro.
no.
It's
I
not
wouldn't say that about
consistent.
your
It's
beliefs.
very consistent.
It's not,
It's
bro.
very consistent. It's very consistent.
Well, does anyone want to say what is that they're most offended? But I haven't seen the comments. So
To be honest, I didn't hear the comments personally. It was just.
well, it's important that people who were most offended by it articulate themselves at the moment because it's just hearsay at the moment, right?
Yeah, because basically, I'll explain what happened. Yeah, Shamsi came over and he said he didn't want to talk to Kalam because Kalam made a comment about saying, basically impersonating God, saying, "Oh, I'm Allah, now I'm not," like taking off and putting it on.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
He's basically
Break that down
yeah,
for us.
Okay,
Break it down so we
Okay, cool.
understand.
Okay, cool. So basically, he was saying that there was a part in hadith that said that he's going to manifest himself in a different way in which he did before. Yeah. So he said, so what your I can't remember what he said what the exact words were, and correct me if I'm wrong, but what you said was you're saying you didn't agree with that. That's what you said, and you said it you said it quite passionately that you didn't agree with it in a certain way, and so you said, look, I'm Allah G, and then taking off his hat, it's like, oh, now I'm Allah G, bro, that's offensive. That could be offensive to Muslims. You know what I'm trying to
Have
say?
you broke down what you meant by this?
He did. No, he broke down what he meant by it, but he said his point, his
Well, let me jump in for a
explanation.
second. Let me just, because it's like this, right? We're at Speaker's Corner, right?
course
So
not.
words mean things, right?
of course.
So
Fair enough.
before we get offended,
Fair enough.
we want people to define what they meant, because then it might not be
But he
as
said-
offensive, or it might be even more
He said,
offensive.
he said what he said.
So should we do that?
Yeah.
So sensitive.
Oh,
Yeah,
hold
that-
on, hold on.
Yeah, but it's got to be consistent then.
But what he said, what his
everything.
explanation was, yeah, he was saying that he was doing it in jest to make a joke out of people that actually that he tried to show how ridiculous the idea was. So that's why he said it in jest.
So that's
Yeah,
what
but
he said?
This is what you said. yeah?
Okay. Now, and if that is correct,
Yeah?
are you okay? Are you satisfied with this answer?
Have you
Have you ever seen other Muslims do this, where they do a similar kind of thing to describe beliefs they don't? Like, for example, I have heard someone talk about Jesus Christ. I know Christians really worship Jesus Christ. Urinating and this kind of stuff.
Yeah, defecating.
Yeah, and this kind of stuff,
urinating,
right?
all sorts.
Now,
The
I
word
know,
God is used all the time.
but I know that Muslims really value Jesus.
Yeah.
So, but they're using it as. Is that not a similar thing of what he's done?
Not at all,
I'm
bro.
just saying.
I'll disagree. And I'll tell you why I disagree, bro. Yeah, because Jesus is not God, bro. You as a person, you're impersonating God.
To the Christian, is Jesus God to the Christian?
No. Okay, cool. To the
That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, cool.
Can you turn
Okay,
that
cool.
down?
But then, okay. I'll take a step back here. I'll see. Okay, the reason why we can still make those statements because they are true. You know what I'm trying to say? They were true. Jesus did go to the toilet and he did do these things. Yeah, whether they like it or not, these are true statements.
Is
yeah?
that done in the mock? Has that been done in the mock? In the mock?
I never have. I never have. Okay, cool. Maybe they have. But I can't speak on them. That's what I'm trying to say. And that's why I
speak on
said I
everyone.
hold
You can't
Kalam in a
speak on-
high esteem.
Exactly.
Yeah? So I hold him in a high esteem. So for him to say something like that, yeah, and for you to offend several people, yeah, and you're saying you don't think you should apologise.
We
for
don't
it,
say
I
that
think
about your
that's-
beliefs. Why can you
Here's
say
what
that?
it
Is
is, right?
everyone
Here's-
offended by that?
Well,
said.
if
They're all offended.
Well, I think
if every
Shamsi
Muslim is
will have
offended,
other people
then you,
jump on it.
Callum, they're saying they're offended. You've apologized personally
Yep.
for offending the other gentleman. I forgot his name. It was
Shamsi.
Shamsi, right? So if they're all offended, then maybe you can do the same thing for them, right?
Okay,
No, but
you know, they're not
looking
offended
You're
because
not
they're not offended because they haven't watched the video yet.
That's an issue.
I've seen
There you
it.
go.
And that's what I came to earlier.
So,
let's
when you
brother-
first came in the park,
So
I came to earlier.
your
and
person I should be
I-
able to talk to them.
Yeah, I
Because if
addressed
you've
it with
seen
you.
it,
I
then
addressed it.
we
I
can
said,
talk
you
about
know, I think you're dilly-dallying on a fine line where you can offend people. I came to
But
you.
are you offended? You,
Yeah, I
Darren.
was offended.
Don't
yeah.
listen then.
I was offended.
Why was you offended though? Let me get into the second.
I don't expect that from you, Kalam. Especially with someone of so much knowledge. Like I wouldn't say that about your beliefs. Something that you hold dear, I wouldn't say that.
Okay.
I wouldn't disrespect. And
So
that's just
what,
one occasion.
What
of
about it
Kalam.
did you find
There's
offensive?
There's a lot that I found
Just-
offensive.
let's talk
You
about
can
this
sit there
specific-
and-
No, but
Let's talk about
that
this
doesn't really matter because he's saying he found it offensive. Do you know what I'm trying to say? If
Yeah,
you're,
but let's hear it, though.
ridiculing
Let's hear it.
someone's belief, bro, of course
Let's-
they're gonna find it
let's
offensive.
hear
Just
it,
how
let's hear it.
Adnan was
But you
ridiculing.
do have your right.
ridiculing
You
your
have
belief
your
last
right
week
to
and he was
say it.
offended.
Let's hear it.
You have your right.
It is
Because
important.
you can see the change
Hold
in
on,
the
guys.
demeanor, bro.
Hold on, guys. It is important for someone to define why they're offended by something. Especially if a guy is allegedly confused by this, right? So
Yeah, so the response is always, well, Muslims say I worship, but I've never said that to you.
No, I'm asking you.
I-
What about that particular video that you found offensive?
Yeah, specifically.
The way you're mocking Allah, you're taking the presence of Allah, or playing
Trying
that
to impersonate.
role play, as you said. We can word it whatever, but you're impersonating
Well,
Allah,
people
which to
haven't
me is
seen
like
it. What
Muslim
seen it.
theology.
I've
You
not
know,
seen it, so
doing
what's
something
so
like that
offensive?
can be deemed disrespectful.
Yeah, but that's why
what
you
he's
can't
saying,
find
but
it
you understand
offensive
what
because
he's
you haven't
saying?
seen it, you're not Muslim.
That at no point are you happy with anyone playing the role of Allah.
If you understood Islamic
Yeah,
theology,
wicked, bro.
you would know that's not right. though.
Wicked, bro.
Okay, so that's what you're
I
saying.
got thick skin.
Would you expect a Muslim to uphold that concept?
Absolutely.
Would you expect a non-Muslim to uphold that?
Somebody who wants to have,
Say that
who
again,
claims, somebody who claims to want fruitful discussions and dialogue, I would expect that.
And
from
unity as well, yeah.
them. And unity. I would expect that.
So
not
That's
from
what
someone like him.
Braven, that's what I said.
not from
My
someone like
point
him.
was I didn't
Yeah.
expect
What
that
about
from
me?
him.
Someone like you,
that's what I said.
when I first came
That's
here,
why
you said,
when
let's
I
go
said
and
you
Islam
said
bash.
just apologise.
I
Go in
Someone
there
like you,
and have
someone
like
like you.
conversations, man.
So I
You're
wouldn't
taking the word
expect it
bash
from
like
you.
physical, do you?
Don't bring
Or do you think
Especially,
intellectual?
show
Or do you
what
think
you-
intellectual?
I expect that from Kalam. I don't expect it
multi-faith
from you.
dialogue.
What do you
He promotes people sharing ideas and stuff. So it doesn't make sense if you're going to offend one, bro. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
So the brothers are saying they're offended. What he's saying is the ones who haven't seen it should probably go and see it.
Yeah.
That's a fair point. That's
But
Yeah,
you know
it's
what,
a fair
Kalam?
point.
You have
It's
your
definitely-
right to say what you want, to think the way you want, to mock whatever you want. You have your rights to do that. However, when you come back to the table and expect everyone to receive you with open arms, then you're going to get people that say, you know what, I found that disrespectful.
And I
That's
don't
what's
wanna talk
happening
to
here.
you. That's what happened with Shamsi.
Okay, so I just want to make sure. So you found it offensive
But you would know why.
based
though.
upon
You would know why.
impersonating.
You would know
No,
why.
no. Because if I know something, I don't transgress that bounds. You think what I'm saying?
I
So
felt you should have known.
I couldn't possibly
I
find
felt
that
you
as
should have
well.
known. I felt you should have known.
To do that,
Yeah.
maybe.
would you, now you know that these people you talk to quite regularly are very offended by this concept that you didn't know. Would you practice that again? Or is that, or do you still feel that you're free from that?
Okay, I simply see as other people being very sensitive. Okay?
I'm not saying you're wrong.
Yeah.
I mean,
I see other
Very
people
sensitive.
very sensitive,
Okay.
and I'm not going to tailor myself based upon other people's sensibilities. I'm not going to do it. I'm simply going to know that these individuals are going to be offended and realize the consequences of that. That's what I'm going to do.
So essentially, you'll do it again, basically.
Essentially, I'm going to take into consideration, at that moment in time, based upon what I'm going to do, how other people are going to be affected by it. And depending upon the situation or not, will I actually do that again? I can't tell you how I'll do it again.
But you know, Kalam, you said when we had that discussion earlier, at the end of it, you said, "Bro, I understand. Give me some solutions."
Yes.
And I'm giving you a solution.
So-
Don't do that because it offends people. And if you want that fruitfulness in discussion, understanding people's ideas,
Okay.
and
So do
engaging
you-
with Muslims, don't offend Muslims.
So you know what?
Because it just causes them to
Let
be
me show you
defensive.
something, okay? I've spoken to other Muslims and they never found it offensive. It's only a certain.
don't know.
Listen, I've spoken to Muslims and they
I
do
don't know
not.
if you can find a Muslim that wouldn't be
Okay.
offended by
I'm
that.
telling you, I've spoken to Muslims personally. Yeah?
Okay, but you
wait,
know,
wait,
these
stop. I'm
bring
gonna let me
a
say
Muslim
something
to
to
prove
you. I've
that.
spoken to them and they've
You wouldn't be able to
congratulated.
bring
Stop,
one.
listen to me. Listen
My
to
brother,
me.
you lot are Muslim. Do you
Listen.
think you can bring a Muslim to validate
Listen,
that
listen
point?
to what I'm saying to
I
you.
don't think you could.
Listen to what I'm saying to you, okay? I've spoken to
No,
them.
but that's
You're
always
not
the thing,
listening
though.
again.
Callum, it's always the thing.
Can we
I
have a
know
two-way-
Muslims.
can we have a
I
two-way
know
dialogue?
Muslims last week who did.
Okay, brother, let me do this with you. Yeah?
Find a Muslim here that
Let me do this
you
with
know,
you. Can you show me the
condones
respect?
what you
Can you show
did.
me the respect, yeah? Just keep your mouth quiet whilst I'm talking, yeah? And I'm going to do the same thing for you. Hold on, you lot.
well, that's all right.
So anyways, yeah, I've spoken to Muslims, yeah, and they've congratulated me, yeah, based upon that video. They've congratulated me. They're saying, finally, you're getting those types of information out. Because these Muslims are holding a false conceptualization of Allah that they do not agree with. And they're saying thank you for doing that. So when I speak to my other Muslims that's here, yeah, I realize there are certain Muslims from a certain denomination or a sect that thinks that way. And they're feeling offended by it because that's the conceptualization they have of Allah. And they're emotionally attached to that concept and they cannot separate themselves from that concept. Other
think it's just
Muslims, other Muslims, yeah, do not hold that concept, and when they hear me, bringing that to light, they're not finding that offensive. You see what I'm
100%,
saying?
I know, 100%,
They're like, thank you for it.
100%.
But those people who hold that concept, hold it to their heart, I'm literally insulting them personally based
What
upon that.
concept? What concept?
Bro,
That God can't be a man, or is that
So
the
the concept of God being in a physical form, having a physical form, yes.
The conversation's moving
Yes.
away, bro. Forget all of that. The conversation, those are just all words, and it just sounds like it's just being cherry coated. The crux of the matter is, bro, that you done something that where no matter how you look at it, from what angle you look at it, you impersonated God by doing that thing there. And as in our creed, we see that as something that's very, very sacred. Yeah, so that's why people find that offensive. Whether or not Shias don't find it sensitive, offensive, and Sunnis do, you find it is offensive. Do you understand what I'm saying? Even if you offend 3-4 people. If you offend someone, you apologise. It's common etiquette. It's good manners, bro. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
It just
but
seems like you
but then
put
you
people
said
in
you
a
ain't got a
box.
problem with apologising, yeah? But you're not going to apologise for the comments you made. Hell no. So that's why I made the example. I gave the example of what Omar said to you, and I'm saying that it's a similar thing.
not
I think it is, bro.
It's really not similar.
He could just, he
Because
could
Omar
use the
is
same.
actually
Yeah, no, but-
insulting somebody.
Yeah, no, but he
can't
could use
that's
the
a false
same.
equivocation.
He's using the, he could use the
A
same.
Muslim
He could
is
use the
telling-
same
a Muslim is telling
example.
you you're
He could use the
insulting.
same example. He could say that's down to your sensitivity. That's not down to his belief, bro. Why should he change his belief for what? Because you're sensitive to you.
No, I think everybody here is objective to understand what is an insult and versus something that is very subjective. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah. So if we're telling
So
you you're
this
insulting,
right here
That was
is
insulting.
something.
Anyone will tell you that's. Everyone here has told you that is insulting.
No, because you haven't watched the video to even
you
know that it's
talked
insulting.
about Muslims
That's
congratulating you.
very
You will not
very
find a
important.
Muslim.
We know that.
You will not find a Muslim that will
don't disagree.
congratulate you
I
for
didn't-
something.
And that's why I
just told you
started.
that
I
there's
started. I
Muslims
haven't seen it
congratulating
yet.
There's
But
no
if that's
Muslim
the
that will
case,
congratulate you for doing
Sorry,
something.
let me
like
ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Yeah.
For doing something like
Do you
that.
believe that Allah has a physical form?
that's-
No. It is part of the topic. It is definitely
I
the
don't know.
topic.
Okay,
You don't know. Do you know?
Sammy, for the sake of the argument, okay, yeah, he did. Okay, cool. But you still impersonated him.
All right,
Bottom
let
line,
me
you
do
still
it like this.
impersonated
Let me do it like this. Yeah.
You still
Do you?
impersonated him.
I know all Muslims will agree. Do you, as a Muslim, agree that Allah has a son? No.
Brother, what has this got
No.
to do with...
All right. So now, yeah, if I'm saying that, like you believe that Allah has a son, so how did he impregnate the woman? You know what I mean? Does he have a wife? And then where he's there? Am I mocking Allah based upon saying that, or am I mocking, or am I actually
So
trying to?
Callum, when you
hold
hear
on,
me
hold
say
on,
that-
hold on, listen,
when
listen,
you hear me
listen,
say
listen
that,
to me, listen to
you
me.
come to
Again,
me,
I asked you for
and
the
I'll
respect.
apologise to
Remember,
whoever
I
I
asked you for the respect. Just listen, yeah. I was highlighting something here that is very erroneous in another person's mind. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure you're not going to find me being offensive to Allah if I'm saying, right, does Allah, your conceptualization of Allah, does he have a wife? Does he have sex?
Of course he
Then
wouldn't,
what's
because
there?
we don't believe
You-
those things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But because you believe those things, yeah, that I made fun of, yeah, that's why it's hurting you.
Exactly,
You see what I'm
because you
saying?
make fun of someone's belief.
I agree.
That's the bottom.
I
Just
agree
like
with
you can
you.
make fun of
I
someone's.
agree with you.
That's why. That's
But
why
if
you see
somebody
the
comes
term
and calls you a
racist
baboon
and
and worship
bigot
him, baboon,
are
it's
very
that's
different.
wrong.
No,
That's
no,
wrong.
no. They're
Different
used in
things.
the same context, bro. They could be used in the same context.
Okay,
The
let's
term
let's
racist
let's,
and
let's have
bigot
one person speaking
could
at a
be
time.
used in the same
Let's have
context.
one person
So it
speaking
doesn't
at a time.
matter. At the bottom line is you offended someone's belief. Therefore, I think that it should be something that should be apologised for.
Listen,
that's
listen.
what
But
I'm
you're
saying.
entitled to say it.
Regardless-
You're
obviously, you're
entitled
entitled
to
to
say it.
your
You're entitled
own
to say
opinions.
it.
Like the EDL entitled to their opinions,
You're
or like the
free to say it.
KK are entitled to. I'm not saying I'm not
Alright.
comparing you to them. I'm not comparing you to them. I'm just saying
This-
you're.
this-
you're-
this
I'll
sounds like-
still be your friend, Callum. I'll still be your friend.
This
This
I'm
sounds
not
like
comparing
this
you to
sounds
them.
like thought police right about now.
Nah, come on, Callum.
It really does.
I'll still be your friend.
I know you're still my friend.
I'll still be your
I
friend.
know you're still my
I'll
friend.
still shake your hand every time I
But,
see you.
be-
But I
but
will
because,
tell you.
but because I'm pointing at something erroneous, yeah, and you're hurt by it, like, it doesn't mean I'm wrong.
Yeah, but then
It doesn't mean I'm
what
wrong.
I'm saying is then when you want to engage, people will be resistant because you'll mock people's theologies. You know, people feel like they can't, you know.
So let me ask you a question.
You talked about people being defensive. They're defensive
So
because
let me
of
ask
that
you a
reason,
question,
aren't
yeah?
they?
Let me ask you a question, yeah? If I made that argument, yeah, like, you're not going to find that offensive, are you? If I'm asking you about Allah having a wife, you're not going to find that
You
offensive.
didn't make that
I would
argument. You
find
didn't
that
make that argument. Making fun of.
I
Kalam,
would
you
find
didn't
it,
make
but
that
you're
argument.
entitled to say it.
That's besides the point because you didn't make that argument, bro. The bottom line is you said something that people found offensive. Yeah, so you should apologise for. That's the
No.
bottom line, bro. And that's wrong in that sense. If you offend someone, it's a wrong thing to do, bro.
Listen,
You don't
listen,
have to
let me
offend
show you something.
When
Let
you
me show
talk
you
about ego,
let me show you something.
Yeah, I know it's not
Let me show you
offensive to him,
something.
but
Let me
for
show
the
you
other person it is, bro.
Every single time we have debates over here, yeah, in
something
Speaker's
about
Corner,
Sharia. What are you talking
yeah,
about?
in Speaker's Corner, yeah. Every time a Muslim opens up his mouth, yeah, to give dawah and point out something wrong in another person's religion, yeah. Now, are you saying that because the next person is offended by those words, that they now should apologize?
Yeah, 100% of the time.
wait. If
100%
he's making
of
fun
the
of
time.
it, cool.
100% of
You don't
the
see
time.
that this is
100% of the time.
If he's making
Come
fun
on.
of, like you said,
I'm not
Yes,
saying
yes,
you have to
Callum.
apologise, bro.
Yes,
no
Callum.
one can make you do anything. But I'm saying you can't blame my man for being upset. Then.
Yes.
No, I don't blame him for being upset. You're upset because you're upset. That's something to do with. That's
Yeah,
something.
but then you
that's
can't
something to do
you
with
can't
you.
act like
That's
you don't know
your
why
emotions.
he's
Yes,
upset.
Callum.
That's
You
something
can't
to
act
do
like
with
you don't know why he's
your
upset. You know very why he's upset. You're not like you're a
I
smart
know,
guy,
because,
bro.
I know
If a
why he's
Muslim
upset.
offends someone, he's wrong.
I know why he's upset
he hurts
because he's
someone's feelings, he's
emotionally
wrong.
immature. That's why. That's the only reason somebody can be upset.
I'm saying if a Muslim does the same thing, he'll be wrong. And he should apologise. If he's hurt someone's feelings, he hasn't articulated correctly.
Listen, every time a Muslim opens up his mouth, you're speaking to a
I
Christian,
don't
yeah,
vouch
it's
for all
offensive
Muslims.
then.
He's not
I
making
don't
fun
vouch
of though,
for-
like you did.
I don't
You
vouch for
openly
all
admitted you made fun of.
Bruv, I said,
And use
yeah, I
those
was
words.
utilizing, I made a slip of a tongue, but I said I was utilizing
No, but
humor.
if you are making fun of,
But yeah, that's
Utilizing humour.
just a euphemism for saying
what
you
I'm
was
saying.
making fun of, bro.
Let God punish him, not you lot.
Is it
Do
not?
you get what I mean though? I haven't seen the
Making
videos.
fun
I'm on comment.
Utilising
You're right,
humour,
that's a good
making
point.
fun of.
That's a good point. I ain't seen the video, so I'm not gonna say I was mocked.
No, but bro, regardless of whether you've seen the video or not, that's why I started. When I first started speaking, I said I haven't seen the video, bro. Yeah, but if it is true what was said, and you said it was true, bruv, and I heard you say I'll apologise to him if it offended him, but I'm not I'm apologising for what I said because I stand by what I said. And I was like, but don't you think that's wrong that you're offending people, bro? From those what people can find that offensive what you're saying.
Listen,
But you're saying that
my
them
very
find that
presence-
offensive.
my very
them
presence can
offended
be
them.
offensive to others.
Yeah, no, but you're saying that
shouldn't be, though.
the only reason why it's
But it
offending
is,
them is
though.
because they're sensitive.
It is.
Bro, it's making fun of
Well,
part.
everyone is offended through some form of sensitivity.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we understand that, right? But I think what is you're
No,
talking about
no,
is
but
friendship.
you know,
I think you guys are
Ray,
talking about friendship,
you
and you
know,
kind
you-
of
you know,
hurt by something he said, and it's
Us two have been
That's
vocal,
what it
but
is,
every Muslim said, yeah, they found it offensive. So it's not about sensitivity.
I don't think you
But
spoke to
you,
every
the
Muslim.
thing is, you
Every
guys,
Muslim
you
said
guys,
yes,
just
though.
like him himself, you guys have the right to be offended. You know that, right? Right? And when you talk about these deep topics, you're going to be offended.
Ah, fine, that's
You know what
fine,
I'm saying?
that's fine, that's fine.
And what I'm saying is, I say keep the content first. If you keep the content first, you talk about the content, then it shouldn't necessarily offend.
But you always talk about people opening up and not feeling defensive, and I'm saying that if you're going to do things like that, people are going to close up.
So,
and
so
people are
let
going to
me ask you a question, yeah? Should I be seeking for apology from Shamsi for calling me an open enemy to
You
Islam?
did, but you were seeking an apology from him.
This is the question I'm
If he's
asking.
called you an open enemy, as you said, he's got no. What authority does he have?
Okay.
What authority does he have?
And do you see that
I don't- he's
has
got my rule,
that
I
has a
don't
very
follow it.
serious implication on my life?
Of course, of course.
Because you seem so.
What do you think
do you
Shamsi? What do you think Shamsi should do about that?
Bro, don't play into his narrative. He's trying to use his
No,
opinion.
no, I'm
Don't
just-
play into
no,
his
no.
narrative, bro. You don't
No,
play into
the
his-
same
you
way,
are.
if he's-
I
if
think
he-
we're all humans here, and we can all understand certain
If
things.
he's called you that, if he's called you that, and you're offended the same way, then yeah, you should apologise. He's hurt
You
you.
should apologise to you the same way that you should apologise to him.
Exactly.
If that offended you, the same way that it can offend him,
It's
bro.
not,
That's
it's, not,
it.
it's not offensive to me. It's just simply something that could potentially put my life in danger.
So then why do you want an apology then, if it's not offensive to you?
I'm asking the question.
No, you did.
Should
you
I
did.
get an apology?
You asked him a second
Should I get
ago.
an
When you
apology?
was here, you asked him for an apology, did you not?
I said, should I get an apology?
No, but did you ask him for an apology when he was here?
I did not recall asking
You
for an
did.
apology.
It's on camera. You'll see
don't
after.
recall.
It was on. You did. You asked him for an apology. If it didn't offend you, shouldn't
I
be
was
asking for an
asking
apology.
him. I was asking him. Does he
basically.
understand?
To be honest, bro,
listen,
this is all surprising from what I
I
knew
was
of you.
asking him, yeah, do you understand the implications of what you stated? Rather than, I don't believe I was asking for an apology.
Okay, now,
I'll rewatch this
may
and see.
I ask, if Kalam does apologise, what does that mean to you? Why is that so
It
necessary?
doesn't.
You
It
know,
doesn't.
you expect more, like. I expect more from you, Cameron.
I know, a lot of
That's
people
a
do,
bit
you know.
anything.
Yeah, I do,
I know
I do,
people do.
I do. You're
You
like
can't
really
try to claim
knowledgeable.
ignorance. You can't say I don't understand why these men are being offended.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
why
yeah.
they find it so offensive? Like I was literally just I was utilising humour to show how ridiculous that idea was. But it's offensive. Yeah, but it's offensive.
To you though, that's what he's
Yeah,
saying.
no, I know, but he said, yeah, but it's still offensive. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Regardless of whether,
I did.
regardless of whether or not that he doesn't understand why
No,
he found it
I
offensive or
understand.
not.
I understand. I've stated the reason why it's that way and why they're offended. Because they're emotionally attached to that idea and they cannot separate themselves. Whereas other Muslims have separated themselves and they can see the humor in it and they can see the erroneous thought pattern that the Muslims had at the time.
So like we're emotionally, everyone's emotionally attached to something, right? My brother, are you
We're
emotionally
not
attached to
talking
something?
about what you was talking about, bro. No one's saying that. Because
Now,
I
if
agree
I go
with
and
you
offend
that
that thing, would you be upset by
of
that?
God. I agree
I
with
might
you,
be,
man.
but that
Yeah, so what
where we
you're saying
disagree
is
the
right.
fact that you trying
We're
to
emotionally
get
attached to
by
it.
doing
This is
that.
the thing,
And-
more
and-
than talking
Watch
about
the
it.
video. Watch the video first. Watch the video first and then speak about it.
Okay, cool. But you don't think that's offensive then? No.
The difference is, guys, you know, religion and Islam is big in your life, right? So you guys have a thinking difference to this guy, where this concept isn't big in his
No,
life.
but
So you're always gonna have that miscommunication.
no one's got a problem with what the idea he was trying to get across. It's the way he done it. That's what he was. When he was with his hat saying, "Oh, I'm Allah." Come on, bro. That's rude. Anyone would find that offensive. And I'm sure the shit. Any Muslim would find it offensive.
Don't keep doing that, yeah? Don't keep doing that because Muslims will look at this video and believe that's exactly what I did. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So let them see
You
the
have to
video
see it, yeah,
first
you have to see it.
and
And
then
that's
talk about
no
it.
matter what we talk, if you haven't seen it,
Okay,
it's
cool.
very important.
Okay, cool. No problem, bro.
But I think it's one of many things that Kalam. I said to you earlier. I think you dilly dally. I think you want to offend Muslims sometimes. You know that it brings
Do you know what-
hate.
do you know what it- do
You're
you know what it is,
invested
yeah?
in
Do
it
you know
in
what it
that
is, yeah?
way.
Thought-provoking media.
Yeah, exactly. Thought-provoking media. You know what it is, yeah? When I open up my mouth
So I'm
and
just
speak,
saying,
well, listen,
please, Kalam,
listen,
like,
listen,
you know,
listen.
as a Muslim, I don't think you're being fair to as you said, the Sunni Muslims. That's why you have different types of Muslim denominations on your channel. I'm saying be fair to everyone.
Okay, so what the real problem is, yeah, like Muslims, yeah, not all Muslims, but a certain group of Muslims hate it when I open up my mouth and speak about Islam because I speak very intelligently about Islam, and I don't just speak out of my mouth. I actually provide the evidence and show the source material. And what the problem is, yeah, they understand in their hearts that they cannot refute what is being put forward. I put forward hundreds of videos, yeah, maybe over 50 videos, yeah, on Islam, and nobody can refute the information.
So what do you go to next? Mocking them? If you
Listen,
put in the evidence out,
let me
that's fine.
finish,
It's cool.
yeah. So the problem is, yeah, when they see me, they just hate me already. Because they understand that, damn, Kalam is a
No,
threat.
but
Is
he
this
just
scholarship
said.
there?
But he just said.
What
Is
are
this
you upset
scholarship?
about?
So right now we're
threat to
talking
them?
about.
Why would you be
hold on.
upset to them?
You're talking about
Why would
social
you be upset
interactions
to
now,
them?
isn't it? This isn't scholarship.
To their whole idea. To their whole
What
ideology.
I'm saying is, I think Kalam's claiming scholarship. So, what might be more productive is to get like someone who is more knowledgeable about Islam to debate
But it's
that
not- but
particular
it's not-
reasons why that might be.
But
right.
I don't think you've brought anything. I don't
That's not
think
what
you've
the
brought
dispute
anything
is.
that
The
I
dispute
don't
is nothing to do
understand
with
or
scholarship.
can't grapple
The
with.
dispute is that him
I'm not saying
impersonating
that.
God.
No, I'm not saying
So
that.
that's
But
what
why would
that's
I
what
have
we
to
found
bring it?
It's the
offensive.
advice,
You get
right?
it?
Why would I be
When you
threatened
come here,
about
being able
hold
to
on,
do
here
it?
is, I'll try to wrap this up.
Go ahead.
When you come here, right, you're gonna come across many people
I need to
who have
go.
different beliefs from
We
yourself.
understand this.
Now, for example, someone might believe that God is a man and impregnates women, like Jesus. Or
Yeah, I know.
something.
fine, that's fine.
I completely agree with
Does
where you're
that,
coming
does
from.
that concept? Hold on, does that
No,
concept?
not
Completely
at
agree with
all.
that. There's a
Not
way
at
of
all.
doing things, bro.
Not
I
at
completely
all.
agree with where you're coming from, but it's the way it was done, the way that he said. Obviously, I haven't seen the video
No, I
personally
gave
myself,
you-
but according from what his eyewitness, from what he said and what Shamsi said, it is offensive, and everyone else
All
said
I
that they
can
found
do
it
for
offensive.
you is give you the mental strategy of how not to be offended when someone who isn't part of your collective group.
You know,
makes-
but I dealt with it. I came
I mean?
as soon as I came to the park.
I can't
addressed
make
it
him
with
apology.
And I addressed it with him. We're cool. We've always been cool, me and Kalam. I addressed it with him. He doesn't bring anything intellectual. When you get to mocking, I'm gonna come to you and say, you know what?
The thing is, with the Muslim community who are watching
this is
Science
what you
TV,
got, then-
right? You have to understand, if you're watching his program, as you said, he has a certain kind of style of being that seems to get you guys watching him. Now, that's his branding that you guys are
Yeah, cool,
subscribing.
no problem. I
If you
ain't
don't-
got no
that's
dispute
fine.
with that, but the
You
problem
can
is,
just
it's just saying, why should the same way he's asking Shamsi to apologise for what he said, you could do a 180. It's a flip side coin, bro. You could flip the coin and say you should apologise for what he said. And he's saying, hell no, it's not the
Well, that's the back
situation.
and forth between them two.
Yeah, no, but that's
you
how it
apologise
started.
for.
Yeah, no, but that's how it started. You know what I'm trying to say? And he's saying no, he shouldn't. He don't think he should apologise for what he done because he don't think it was wrong. I was like, so you don't think offending people is wrong? He's like, oh, but that's down to their sensitivities. I was like, cool,
But what
but
he
you should
said-
still apologise to them. Yeah. No, but
But what I'm saying
he
to
said
you,
that's
what I'm
down to their
saying to you,
sensitivities.
you might limit yourself if you always lead for emotion first. So what I'm saying, and this is very important for the Muslim community, right? The concept of Islam is predicated upon the Prophet Muhammad and Allah, right? So you would suspect that a lot of people who are non-religious, who might not subscribe to that, will have a lot of criticisms and disbelief towards those ideas. You see what I'm saying?
That's fine.
And that's what it is.
And
So
that's fine. No, that's fine. But when you get to mocking, that's disrespectful, isn't it?
Yeah,
and you know
me
what?
personally,
Like,
I
I'm the
don't- I
only
don't
one
think
who
it's
spoke because I
necessary to
saw
mock
it.
anything.
I'll speak out, but I think I represent a lot of Muslims' views. That, you know what, I think you're dilly-dallying. I don't think you're having intelligent discussions. I think you're out to mock Muslims.
well, and what I'm saying is,
And it just
you've
point
had
out,
one-to-one with the
yeah, we
gentleman.
can be sensitive, fine, you can say that, but, you know, I'm going to call it what it is.
Yeah,
It's
you-
mockery.
But the thing is, you live in the West, yeah. You're in a YouTube generation.
I have my own
You're go-
YouTube channel.
you're-
What's
you're
your
go-
point?
You're going to Speaker's Corner.
Yes.
And
I've
you're
been
getting
coming here
off-
for years.
but
What's
I
your
say
point?
You're getting offended, yeah.
I'm not
by
getting
someone
offended. I'm not getting
pretending
offended.
to be God.
I'm not getting offended.
As a joke.
Yeah.
I'm not
No,
getting
but
What is the
the
issue,
point I was
man?
making was that he's basically acting. He's claiming ignorance onto why people are feeling offended. Yeah. But the reason why people are feeling offended is the exact reason why he was feeling offended when Adnan was adopted that narrative that he was using last week. And then he'll say, no, you can't make that. I said, of course it is, bro. He said something that's ridiculing your belief, bro. You know what I'm trying to say?
About what baboons?
No, okay, not just about baboons. What he was saying about chemical philosophy and stuff like that. And he was saying that he was saying he wasn't offended, but you can see in his demeanor he was offended from the way he started acting. You know what I'm saying? He changed that.
For
he
me,
became
it's
a
how
lot more
can you have
vocal and stuff
fruitful
like that.
discussions?
But
How can you engage
I
with
ain't
one
got.
another
See,
if
I ain't
you're-
got a
if you're
problem with
out
my
to
man. I ain't got a
offend
problem
each
with him at all, bro. Do you know what I'm
That's
trying
what
to
it
say?
is.
What he said I found offensive. I don't expect him to apologise to me. Yeah. But what it is if that's the case, don't come to my man and start asking him for an apology if you said something that offended him.
Here's what I've learned, right? You can't necessarily like everyone.
Of course,
in the debate.
100%, bro. 100%.
And if information is the goal, then sometimes you have to distance that kind of personal relationship between the individuals.
absolutely.
You
Absolutely.
see?
And that's what I'm pointing out. I'm pointing out that we're not dealing with information now, we're dealing with mocking one another. Which
It's
isn't
not.
the
It's
right
not
way.
information. That's what it's. There's no issue with the information, bro.
Well, you can be clear that when you're
attitude.
debating with Kalam, you can say, look, I don't know what you've done in the past, but if you engage in this kind of behavior
Yeah,
when we're
that's what we
talking,
did. That's
I'm going
what we
to
did.
disconnect because I emotionally, I'm not there yet where I can handle that kind of behavior.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And
No,
you disconnect.
yeah. I understand, bro. And basically, that's what Shamsi done. He's like, I'm not talking
Yeah,
to you.
and he's-
to your
and he's
concept.
right.
Which is the right way to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
Yeah.
don't talk. Walk away. I don't like what you said. Walk
100%,
away.
100%,
So I do respect that Shamsi for doing that. It may not be right, but that's the best way to do it. If you
No,
don't
it's
wanna
true.
use-
I
I mean, you have
completely
your
agree with you, bro. I
principles, right? And
completely
if your principles guide you and you feel that's question your
like you said
principles,
earlier,
you go
someone
with it.
disrespected your mother, you would kill them. You wouldn't just walk away.
Oh,
would you?
no,
But the thing is,
oh,
there's
No, he's absolutely right. That's
there's people at the
exactly
park.
what I'm
now-
saying.
now this is
There's
where
people that
there's-
sensitivities that people
No,
hold
no,
close.
no,
If
there's
you
people
offend
in the
them,
hierarchy that
you're
I
going
know
to get a
have
reaction,
problems with. I
aren't
don't
you?
talk to them and I
No,
go next to
hold
them.
on,
Yeah,
hold on.
no, that's the best.
Now,
That's the best.
just
way.
as the
away,
Muslim
see
community,
them away.
I made something very clear, right? From a non-Muslim perspective, right? Muslims have grown to love, say, Muhammad and Allah more than their parents, right? This is a concept that is in the foundation of Islam. But if someone hasn't been raised that, they'll never know that. So you have to have that understanding, yeah. So it isn't a like-for-like comparison when you compare someone's mother to.
But that's
to
what I'm
say-
No,
saying.
but
Wait,
it's a similar
that-
comparison to like if you wasn't born black and you haven't experienced what it means to be black, you can't understand.
That's what I'm
how
saying,
The
you-
significance of what racism is. Do you know what I'm trying to
Well,
say?
if you that's why I say black people should separate and do their own
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
So
I know,
there you go. So
but that's what I'm
you're
saying.
a
But then
you're
you
a
can't,
mafia,
you
no?
can't.
You're you agree with me.
Bro, 100%. I agree
Yeah,
with.
well, there you
That's why I said Raven, come to me. But that's why I told you, like, you come forward because I know that you have a similar understanding.
I'm trying to let you understand how other people process information because the thing is, if you've been raised with some pillar of thought all your life, you might not understand the opposite views, right?
The opposite
And I'm
views.
gonna let you
I know,
see
and as a result of that, you should apologise if you did offend them.
But
You know what I'm saying?
you know what?
You shouldn't use the excuse that try to justify for offending. You shouldn't try to justify offending people, bro.
Well, yeah.
It's like
What's shocking to me is it's coming from Kalam, someone who knows, someone who's read the book,
That's what I'm
someone who
saying, that's why
understands.
it's shocking
If it
him
came
from
from
me.
this
I
guy,
haven't seen-
I would be
Oh,
like,
no, you're making an accusation.
I am making an accusation because
you haven't
outside
said
of speaking
anything
to Rona, when we were
derogatory,
coming in,
you haven't
you
said
said,
anything
let's go in the Pakistani snapback. That's why I don't think you're kidding. That's why. So if it came from you,
Don't make accusations against me.
well, I did make an accusation.
You didn't,
I heard you say that outside.
I'm going to go and bash Muslims.
And you said that all
Verbally.
Pakistanis are inbred, and you looked at me and
they
said,
are, though.
don't be offended. I'm not a Pakistani, man. That's disrespectful.
From your belly. Man, say it straight. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to ITV.
Well, you're having a debate issue. I'm good. I'm good. I mean, I don't know.
Let's talk about cousin marriage.
Well, I'm not Pakistani, so
Neither am I. But he thought he'll tell me that Pakistanis.
They do marry cousins.
Well, take it up with a Pakistani then, bro.
It's not culture. You're destroying your gene pool, man, over generations. Most of them, man, 60%. Well, are you upset again? Are you upset again? Because 1 minute